You're way ahead of me.
Gotta go now. Yeah, I just saw the sheet, so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect color combos. But I wanted to ask you, what does it mean to you to be here today representing your father?
It feels, I'm incredibly, extremely honored. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of everything he's ever done in his entire career. Yeah, it's beautiful. I couldn't ask for anything more to, respect him and honor him.
And he was so dedicated to his craft. That was the legacy that he had. And he went on to every set and everyone was like, oh, we have to get ourselves together because Ray is on set.
Yeah.
How would you kind of describe what he was like whenever he, went off to do different films and really got into that mindset of the character?
He never, we never really spoke about anything or really, he never was always just very in doing his homework, as he would say, very much in his own, I wouldn't say not his own world with it. There was no, I never felt like, oh, I can't talk to my dad, or, oh, I have to, be careful or anything like that. It was always, it never interfered with our relationship, was never spoken about. He'd be sitting on the couch, going over his lines, doing stuff, come down, have dinner together, watch TV together, watch movies and stuff, so it never really affected anything besides just being a perfect dad all the time.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to see that he's able to kind of find that work-life balance for all of that.
Yeah.
And my last question for you would be, if you could describe the legacy that you'd want people to remember for your father, what would that be in a few words?
It's a great question. Probably just his work ethic, his dedication, and he was really, he was an icon. Pretty iconic, beautiful, respectful, respected, dedicated work.
Thank you for sharing those words.
Thank you so much. Nice meeting you. you.
Nice
Thank
to
you.
meet
The only one I can pretend to do this for on his behalf.
At least they give you white ink.
Great. I didn't get a chance to meet him. I met him a long time ago.
Hello, hello, congratulations. I did, yeah. He's been doing it all day. He just swings down.
Unfortunately, I wish you
It's magic, you
I
know?
didn't see that. That's like an opening magic.
The magic of 1992. But tell me, what was it about this film that made you say, I want to get Snoop Dogg a part of this, I want to get Tyrese a part of this, and make sure they bring in that element, that essence of Los Angeles?
Thank you. Well, it's a complicated answer because there's different stages when everybody came and when, I decided to do the film when I read the script, and that was post Minneapolis riots, the George Floyd. So I felt kind of weird that we're telling a story 28 years ago and it's still happening, in our streets. So that was my first initiation of connection. Then I looked for actors. So, Denzel is too old already. And some of the actors, Morgan Freeman, also kind of like gone. And then we lost a few great black actors last 3 years ago. And I didn't want to cast anybody that was born in London, like Idris Elba or anybody. So when I found out that Tyrese is actually born in South Central, born and raised, and he was actually participating in the riots, I was like, okay, he's definitely the guy he's the most authentic person that I can get. That was the question. How do I take Tyrese Gibson, which is a movie star, Lamborghini, Fast and the Furious, and get him into a serious film? But that's something that I personally just love to do. I love to either break people's perception about some actors, and I like to do also the same thing with people that were comedian and now they're going to be in dramatic roles or vice versa. So that was with Tyrese. Snoop came a little bit later in the game, because we realized that A, we need help with the soundtrack, and B, when you're making a movie about South Central and about LA and about that culture and that specific year, there's nobody else that, they made Straight Out of Compton, so it's definitely the closest we can get to a authenticity stamp of this film.
Thank you so much for sharing. It was cool to kind of see that evolution of the film.
Yeah, that's how it is.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, you're
Congrats
welcome.
on tonight.
Oh, I didn't see that. I saw the whole series. Good stuff. I saw the series.
It's good. Thank you. screen with the late Ray Liotta. What was it like, just that first day on set, kind of being in the presence of such an iconic and great actor?
I mean, I think with Ray, he played my dad, and obviously the relationship between my character and his it's distant. So I think I was just ready to approach the work and just have a good time on set with him. And what he brings to a set is so alive and fiery and just energetic, and he just made everybody better. And I'm really grateful I got the chance to work with him because it was an opportunity that I don't know. I didn't think I would have, but I'm really grateful I did.
Just watching him in the zone, kind of sharing the script, working off of each other. What is one thing that you found inspirational that you're like, oh, I kind of like that, and I might take that on to another scene?
I think I wouldn't necessarily call him a method actor, but he really brings an energy to the set even after action, or even after cut, before action. You know what I mean? He really makes it alive. He makes you feel like you're there, and I think the unpredictability that he brings within a take is just wonderful. We would rehearse it, and then they call action, and I'd be like, we didn't do any of that in the rehearsal. So just finding it and being able to play around with it, I think it was a really wonderful thing to watch. Yeah. I know, but it's exciting. It's exciting.
Keeps you on your toes,
Yeah.
right? Especially I heard you did late night shoots. I bet anytime you felt sleepy, you were like, never mind.
No,
Let's go.
whenever you felt sleepy, Ray woke you up.
And my last question for you is, given just the setting of this film, being around the Watts riots, is there something that you learned, maybe that changed your perspectives coming into this film?
I mean, I think there's a lot that I learned. It was a really interesting time because it was right after 2020, and I was here in LA when the protests were happening, and you saw the smoke rising, and it was fascinating to almost relive that in another time. But it was just, it was really amazing to hear about the city rising up and how, as a collective, it can become so intense. Yeah.
Mother and son,
action, thriller,